Hello,
Welcome once again to another episode of our health podcast. My name is Oyinye,
and I am Victoria.
and today we're diving into a topic that might be sensitive,
Yeah.
but needs to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are talking about maybe people that are attractive,
Yeah.
right? If that their attractiveness is actually opening doors for them, bringing opportunities for them, or if it's just all a sham and just what we are just saying,
Yeah.
pretty privilege.
Because sometimes you can just look at somebody and you just be like, if this person was not fine like this, or was not shaped this way, or was not like this built, will they be getting all these opportunities that they are getting? Because many times people are getting opportunities just because of their faces and how pretty they look. But sometimes too, it's not really because of
Yeah.
maybe they really worked hard for it. So those are the
Yeah.
questions
We
that
are
we
going
are
to
going
be
to be answering
answering.
in
Yeah.
this
So we are going to
episode.
be answering like, is there anything like pretty privilege
Yeah.
actually?
Mm-hmm.
And being pretty doesn't mean that everything will just go your way. It doesn't mean that you don't need to have any work, you don't need to work for anything, or is this all just a sham? So we are going to be answering those questions
Yeah.
today.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
You know the drill. If you're just joining us for the first time, you might not know the drill. So the drill is that you should subscribe and then like, share, and comment on this video.
Yeah.
And if you have been joining us regularly, we appreciate you.
Thank
And
you.
also do well to like, share, and comment.
All right. Let
Yeah.
us dive in. So let's start with the basics. What is pretty privilege?
So for me, I'll say pretty privilege is when somebody, a person, benefits from being conventionally attractive, right? They just happen to get better opportunities, doors are open for them, they are treated better, like compared to their counterpart. That's what I would call pretty privilege.
Yeah. So this doesn't just show up in relationship. It also show up in other things like in job opportunities, in their relationships, in just generally how they are treated in life. It just seems like things are more easier for them.
Because come to think about it, how many times have you gone to a restaurant and you see a nice, like good looking person? They attend to them very quickly. They are not struggling for attention, they are not struggling to be noticed. They just come and then say, hello, how can I help you?
And then there's somebody by the corner that is shouting, excuse me,
I can relate. I'm the person. I go shout excuse me 100 times.
10 times and nobody will even listen to them. Yeah.
Now God will help us to be pretty. Now let's talk about like one of the most debated areas, like workplace pretty privilege. Do you think that there's something like that?
Honestly, yes and no.
Okay.
Right. So there are a lot of situations where people that are pretty are more noticed easily.
Actually,
Right. So they are noticed even when they come to apply for jobs, even in their place of work, they are more noticed easily. And then there have been some researches that have told us that fine people, pretty people are perceived to be more confident and competent at their place of work.
Very true, but that's not like the reality. In most cases, you can actually be pretty, but you're not really good at your job.
Exactly, because HR no they look no be pretty face like they go they look. It's about, are you really competent? Do you have the skills to keep the job that will keep you in the job
position? But if you are looking at it on the flip side, in a case where the two people have the same qualifications, they have the same skills, they've done this interview now, and one person is actually prettier than the other, who do you think that the HR will go for?
I think normal now the HR may go for the prettier person, especially if it's for roles that requires visibility. For example, roles in media, customer facing roles, marketing roles that requires more stamina and like more charismatic and beauty. So definitely HR will go for that person.
And there are even cases where some people, just because they have charisma and because of their looks, they might be given a promotion better than the other person, just because maybe that person doesn't really look as good as this person. So this person will now be promoted, and then the other person will just. So I think pretty privilege
even if they are
actually,
made.
pretty privilege actually works, and that's
in the workplace. Also, we are going to talk about pretty privilege in dating and relationship.
Yeah.
That one is choke.
Because it seems like an attractive person can actually just do the barest minimum and they'll still be praised, but an average looking person will probably do the same thing, and then they'll just get all the backlash. If somebody that is fine girl, when they do it, nobody will even talk. Nah, fine girl.
Like, especially here in Nigeria, you see a lot of cases of guys spending on a girl just because the girl is fine. Like, so I've even seen like some like I've heard about a guy will just see you on the road and just send you money. That oh baby, you're fine. Take this one. Like, they're willing to spend money on you, to do everything that you want for you. Like a lot. That is why going back to our previous episode that we talked about girls being lazy. Like, it has made them so lazy and entitled because they know that
they are fine now. Their face card will not decline.
There's a guy out there that is willing to come and spend on them regardless of anything. And if one guy goes, another one will come that will spend again.
But it's not just for girls too, guys too, that you see guys that are what's it called, pretty or handsome, but because of other guys now that are average, they do the same thing that those other guys that are handsome are doing. Those average looking guys, they get more backlash than when you're even complaining about the handsome guy. Boy, it's fine, let me just be managing the beauty.
But then being pretty doesn't actually mean that that you'll be happy in your relationship. Right? Even fine people, they collect breakfast.
That's so now.
Everybody that's class now, everybody go take breakfast. So no matter how fine you are, you still. And I even see a lot of people that are pretty, and I know that there is a part of being pretty and getting guys flocking you and everything. There's also the part of being pretty and everybody thinks you're in a relationship.
Thank you. They say this girl is too fine to be single now.
And then you don't have anybody.
Oh God. So let's be fair, right? We've been talking about like the privileges of being pretty. Are there actually downsides to being pretty?
Yes, of course. Like, people assume that attractive people don't work hard and people don't take them seriously, and then you'll be seeing like comment that she just fine, nothing day ahead, all those kind of things, all this na fine boy, and nothing. You don't know anything, just beauty, all those kind of things.
That's very true. And then they tend to be judged based on their looks. People maybe flock to them because they are fine, but they're not even judging them because of their personality. They're not judging them because of their intelligence. Sometimes they're not judging them because of what they can actually do. They're just looking at their face and you're just rating them if they're a good or bad person. So that's the downside as well. And not even just judging them. Sometimes people just get attracted to them because of their looks. You see, it has even happened to me before, right? Like, somebody is trying to talk to me first of all, and then I'm trying to like have intelligent conversation, and the person will just shift me, like he just wants to like treat me like one gold or something, like a toy, and I'm like, I'm like, which kind of mumutin is this one? So it's actually annoying when people are just trying to because the person is fine. Yes, it's good, it's an advantage that the person is fine, but that's not all there is to that person. There's literally a phrase, beauty and brains, right? You can be beautiful and you're actually very smart, you're actually very intelligent. So being judged by just and being recognized as just a pretty face is the downside to pretty privileges.
And like, people feel so entitled to their time.
Yes, very true.
You're a fine person and a guy is trying to approach you or something, and you don't have the time. You have other things you want to do, but they feel like
you're not even interested.
You're not interested.
But just because they feel like you're fine,
they want you to bring that time for them, for you to like exhaust yourself trying to talk to everybody. They just feel so entitled to your time, and like it's really, really, really exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting to that fine person.
What about the instances where people are just jealous of you because you are pretty? They'll just be like, sometimes they'll not even rate what you do, and she just got it because she's fine, or just got it.
A lot of
sometimes
time you
people
work hard.
This one happens a lot. They'll see you, they'll say, hey, you're a fine girl now. Why? How are you broke? Is people not dashing you money? Nobody is dashing me any money. I'm working hard for the money
just discredit your work. If you get a good job, if you get promoted at work, they'll say you have slept with your oga,
you slept with your boss. You know people there because of your fine face. Oh God, it's not easy, sha.
And people just tend to like downgrade your work. Like no matter what you achieve, they just want to
just not see this senator now that people are like, she's fine. That you know the one that she's
like, as in, they just want to downgrade you, and they don't even see you for who you are, like your intelligence or everything. They don't matter.
For granted.
It doesn't matter. Just you're fine. That is the only thing that they are looking at. That is the only thing. And sometimes it also leads you to getting shallow relationships. You get you don't
people are just meeting you for like your appearance. They're not meeting you for your values or anything.
You get very shallow relationships. So another thing I want to say about this whole disadvantages of pretty privilege is that some people see you as a trophy. Like, oh, this girl is fine, I must have this girl, or this guy is fine, I must get him. And when they not get it, they don't know what to do with you again.
That's very true.
Because they have gotten that thing that they wanted, and they wanted it because of that, your beauty. There was nothing else that made them want you. And you know, beauty is something that even fades. You get, so by the time they are looking at you every day, you become still finished. They have seen you finish, and they move on to the next pretty girl.
I think I even have like an experience with this. Like, there's somebody I was dating. He just kept on acting as if I was gold. I do not feel like gold. And then you are treating me like I cannot even have conversations with you. I cannot do anything. Or I'm like asking you, what do you not like? And you're telling me, oh, I just want you to be happy. It's like I'm this. You're just putting me in this high pedestal, like as if you cannot believe that you actually got this. And it was just so uncomfortable for me.
Bad, because when that veil finally opens, like when the person has seen you for so long, see you finish, as in they'll not start thinking, where is that beauty?
Don't finish now.
And in the first place, since there is nothing else that was like the foundation of that relationship, it will just scatter.
Very true.
So at the end of the day, is pretty privilege a thing, or are people using it as an excuse for their failure?
I think it's actually a thing. But sometimes people can tend to over-exaggerate, right? Some people can be like, oh yeah, this because of this person is fine. But whether you're fine or not, you have to still hustle.
Exactly.
Right? You cannot be waiting for somebody to come and sponsor you to, I don't know, whatever, because you are a fine girl. You have to still work hard and hustle for whatever it is that you want to do.
So we see some pretty people that are struggling.
And
we still see some normal looking people that that have actually made money, that are very rich, very wealthy. So if it's that is pretty will open all the doors for you. Why do we still see poor pretty people? There are a lot of pretty people that are still very beautiful, right?
That's actually true. But let's not pretend as if pretty privilege doesn't actually open the door for people. It actually does. Sometimes you just get opportunities just because you are actually very pretty at that point in time. So
true. But then it's what you do. What you do after that door has been opened. That matters.
Very true. Because if they hired you because you are fine, it's not that fine face that is going to keep the job.
Exactly.
You still have to prove your worth. That you're actually worth hiring skills. So guys, what do you think? Is pretty privilege actually real, or are people just looking for an excuse to be incompetent?
Are pretty people actually enjoying life more, or are we just being bitter?
You reached to ask. Anyways, tell us in the comments, right? And like, just drop your 2 cents. Do you think that pretty privilege is a thing? Find people more, are doors open onto them more or not? So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Yeah, and remember, beauty might open the door, but your skills, the value you bring, your hustle is going to keep the door open.
Yeah, all right, till next time.
See you.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.